All right, guys. So, Base Muslim coming to you with another video, aka Base Fula, aka Blue Hefner, aka the one modern women, feminist, misandrist, Drew Afalo fans, and pretty much many people love to hate. Now, maybe I should work on a new intro, but let's just say you have entered the Fula sphere, which promotes forethought, bravery, and also patience, and also Islam, of course. I'm working on it, guys. But I want to get into something. I want to get into a few things. When you think about the modern woman, right? When you really think about the modern woman, and also what she has turned the modern man into, who does not resist her sway. You have to understand that she is, by every sense of the word, a shapeshifter, and I personally believe that a lot of them have multiple personality disorders. I would say like maybe 99, like 95% of them have multiple personality disorders. Now, the thing is that when it comes to a certain category of male, when you look at, for example, I'm going to name a couple. When you look at Giannis Antetokounmpo, when you look at Khabib Nurmagomedov, what do they have in common? They reached the peak of their trade, one being basketball, the other being mixed martial arts combat sports. They were the phenotypical, prototypical apex male. But the other thing they had in common is they are hated by many women. As a matter of fact, I've heard some women make fun of Giannis Antetokounmpo, and also heard women um, make fun of Khabib Nurmagomedov as well. Now, the thing is about these people, right, is that Giannis, he never said anything about women. You know, he always stayed on the square. But you have these women like Malika Andrews, ESPN reporter, who attack him because of her militant brand of feminism. And you also have woman, you have the same woman who attacks Ime Udoka for basically having a consensual entanglement where both parties agreed to have at it with one another, right? So you have this situation, Ime Udoka, uh, Giannis Antetokounmpo, where Malika Andrews, man, she trashed them, man. She wrote like horrible articles about them, man. Like wrote article about like, oh, Giannis will leave if he doesn't win the championship, and just smeared him, saying, you know, where he iterated that he wanted to win the championship with Milwaukee, despite the odds in which were going to be put up against him. You know, he reiterated that many times, man. But you still had like her attacking him. You still have these hyenas who dislike him because of his African heritage and what have you. And I want to get into more of that about the apex male, because here's the thing, like, segueing into the Khabib Nurmagomedov situation. Like Khabib, he said that ring women are useless, right? And so he said that, and it actually it actually just like made people it made people, and women especially, respond to that. As a matter of fact, one woman said, um, one woman said that. Let me see if I can find it. One woman said that. Let me see. Okay, yeah. So one of the ring girls said, "You got people saying it's sexist, it's objectifying. Maybe I want to be objectified. Maybe I want to make money. Don't make my mind up for me. You can't have boxing without ring girls. Actually, you can. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. When I go to boxing matches, I don't even be looking at ring girls, man. Like I just like it doesn't matter to me, you know. But the fact that she said she doesn't mind being objectified goes to show you that these modern women have multiple personality disorders. Because here's the thing, man. Like you have a lot of women who have these OnlyFans pages, you know, do God knows what on the OnlyFans pages, and then expect a man to actually look at her beyond that OnlyFans page. When man, you that's your first impression, man. Like like what the hell? Like that's gonna be someone's first impression of you. Like it is your OnlyFans page. So like if that's their first impression of you, how are they supposed to look at you then? Are they supposed to look at you beyond that? But yet you're trying to attract a top tier guy? Like so that's why it's like for me, you know, I just say to myself, man, like these women have multiple personalities. I just don't believe that they have. I I I I know it sounds bad, man, but I don't think these modern women have all their screws connected, man, for real. Because here's the thing, like you look at what they ask you, like what they say. They say like, oh, you know, I want this certain type of guy. They want this certain type of man, this top caliber man, and then you look at who they choose, and you have to question yourself on why they choose him. You know what I mean? For example, we know that as Fabulous, the rapper, said, he throws bread at these pigeons. So money makes women move. So the thing is that um, you may have money, but you may have the wrong type of job for women, right? So, for example, if you're a man and you have a job as say like you design state of the art luxury cars, like let's say you design for Rolls Royce. Let's say you're actually part of the designing team and you design Rolls Royces. That's the wrong type of job, man, because I'm telling you, these modern women, and this goes across the board, they say it all the time, I like bad boys, you know what I mean? And so the thing is this, man. When you voice your opinion, when you're about to, as I'm about to voice my opinion, they're going to say, when you have an opposite opinion, no matter what, it's either that you, if you're a woman and you voice the opposite opinion, you're a pick me, right? If you're a man and you voice the opposite opinion, you're an incel, or you're 9AY, or you're a dusty. And that's across the board. That's with every modern woman in the West, and that's also, but especially with the Belejo women. You know, it's especially with them. It's the most strongest with the Belejo women. Now, um, the thing about that, man, is that when it comes to that apex male, like a Khabib and like that, like for example, a Drake, you may have guys, for example, you may have guys such as, um, like let me think. You may have guys on the Forbes list who check all the boxes, right? But because of their professions, it's not good enough, right? Despite the fact that they can take someone and transform their lives instantly, a woman, it's still not good enough for them, for a lot of these women. And what I want to say is that with essentially what you must do as a man is you must aspire to be that apex man so you can have the leverage of being able to go get the woman that's going to be on your program. Okay. Now, from the Muslim standpoint of things, you may have a woman who, she'll say something like, I want a certain type of dude, right? She'll say something like, I want someone to treat me like the Prophet Muhammad treated his wives, alayhi salatu salam, right? But on the flip side, she'll marry a non-Muslim woman and she'll try to get an imam to facilitate the non-Muslim marriage. We see that, many, for example, we're seeing that, and they need to stop doing this. I believe they need to stop doing this. But you'll see that they'll have these marriage mixers, like these Muslim marriage mixers in the West, and nobody shows up. You know what I mean? No men show up. Only women show up. You know what I mean? Because they know what they're getting into when they do show up. So the thing is you look at these people, yeah. You look at these prototypical apex males who essentially are like sigma males, basically. And you have to ask yourself, okay, if they couldn't keep a woman, and if they are, well, not if they couldn't keep a woman, but you look at it and you have to ask yourself, okay, if they attract so much hatred from women, then what are the chances that I have? You know what I mean? Which is other women in general. Because Ime Udoka, for example, he had many options. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Nia Long, she's been around the block. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, you had guys who were like just thinking about the good old days when she was, you know what I mean, like when she was in her prime, right? Now, let's look at something. Let me see if I can find a clip. And you have to ask yourself, would like modern Muslim women like these men? You know what I mean? Let me see if I can find the clip, because I have a I want to say I have a Instagram page that kind of breaks some things down. But when you hear the physical description of the companions, right? You have to ask yourself, okay, like, would these women really be attracted to these people? Okay, and let me go to it, and then I'll wrap up the video. I'm gonna wrap it up real quick, just to bring it full surface on my whole point of modern women. Okay, let me see. Hold on.
هي الإمام of fiqh, law and hadith, Sufyan al-Thawri rahimahullah ta'ala related in the authority of Zir ibn.
Okay, hold on. Let me find it. I think it may have been one of my older videos. Hold on. Let me see. I'm looking for it real quick. It's taking a while. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I might have passed it on accident. Hold on, give me a second. I gotta find this page. It's been a long time since I posted it. Okay, hold on. My bad. My bad, guys. And then I'll close this with one last thing about like that apex male. I'll give another example of that, you know.
And he looked like here the Imam of fiqh, law and hadith, Sufyan al-Thawri rahimahullah ta'ala.
I don't think that's the one I need. Okay, I think this is it.
The description of Sayyidina
Nah, that's not it either. Okay, here we go.
inside the Ummah in and of itself. I look, by the way, I'm not saying by the way,
No, that's not it either. My bad, guys. I'm trying to find it as soon as possible. It's just taking a little while. I should have did a live, but I didn't really have time to do it because of other things going on. But we'll go live soon, inshallah. We'll do a live soon. Bear with me and still listen to the video. I hate looking through things, but I gotta find it real quick. Okay, looks like I can't find it, but what I want to say is, for example, when you have physical descriptions of, Umar, when you have physical, and this is for my Muslims, when you have physical descriptions of like Ali, no, like Umar, Hamza, Ubaidah ibn Samit, and people the like thereof. Hold on, maybe this is it. Hold on, let me see. Because I want him to say it himself. Okay, here we go. Listen to this.
What did he hear Sayyidina Anas? What did Sayyidina whom? Sayyidina Rabi' al-Ra'i hear Sayyidina Anas ibn Malik rahimahullah ta'ala say that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was neither exceedingly tall nor short. He was neither extremely white nor dark brown in complexion. His blessed hair was neither extremely curly nor straight. Allah ta'ala sent him forth with the prophetic message 40 years from his birth, after which he remained in Mecca for 10 years. The negation always precedes affirmation. He says, "Kana Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam laysa bil tawil al ba'in wala bil qasir." But the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is not tawil al ba'in wala bil qasir. So we want to speak about the height of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The symbolism of height is the symbolism of leadership. So he wants to begin with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam as Imam al-Kull, as the leader of all, of the entire creation. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One of the places that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala places the symbolism of leadership is inside of the height of a person. Insan. And so the Prophet ﷺ the Prophet is not extremely tall. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Nor is he short inside of this riwayah. This riwayah. Okay? Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Saying Anas, and when he gazed into the society of the Prophet ﷺ, you can see extremely tall people. The height of people in the age of the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam is not the height of people inside of our age. And so you have people inside the age of the Nabi who called the Rijal al-Sudus. They call the man of six, and his 6 arms length. The likes of Sayyidina Hamza, the Rijal al-Sudus. The likes of whom Sayyidina Abbas ibn Abdul Muttalib, the Rijal al-Sudus. The likes of whom Sayyidina Sa'ad ibn Ubadah, the Rijal al-Sudus. The likes of Sayyidina Qais ibn Sa'ad, the Rijal al-Sudus. The likes of, mashallah, the Ubadah ibn Samit, the Rijal al-Sudus. You can go on Sayyidina Umar ibn Khattab, the Rijal al-Sudus. There are all these men who from Rijal al-Sudus. And in our, what's Rijal al-Sudus for us in terms of where we measure people? People in excess of 9 foot in height. The Rijal al-Sudus, in excess of 9 foot in height. And so the Prophet
so you listen to this, right? You listen to that like, you know, very well so the companions of the messenger, alayhi salatu salam, were in excess of like 9 feet in height. So you have to ask yourself, like, if a modern woman saw that, or if a modern Muslim woman saw that, would she really want that? You know, like, would she really? Because, you know, they talk about, like, one thing that I find ironic is that, like, women talk about a height requirement, yet they don't have any, like, idea. They don't know how to measure height. Even when you look at when women, you know, require a foot long between a man's legs, they don't even know how to do those measurements either. Like, for me, I'm give or take 6'1", and I don't even consider myself that tall. And this is largely due to what I've heard after I heard that, like, the companions were in excess of 9 feet tall. And forgive me for making this video long, but I had to get my point across. Now, I want to end on this note about the apex male and why you will not be liked by the modern woman. Now, ironically enough, like, you know, as crazy as it sounds, yeah, when in Culver City, right? When in Culver City, I was actually that's a place in Los Angeles, by the way, you know, and I had a whatchamacallit there. I had a residence there in Culver City. Now, ironically enough, there used to be a coffee shop in Culver City, and I came across the actor Djimon. I didn't really look at it to. I didn't really like look at it in the terms of, you know, starstruck. I just asked him, "Excuse me, are you Djimon?" And I said, "I appreciate your work, and you have good work." You know what I mean? Like, that's how I looked at it. Now, in regards to that, right? In regards to that work, right? He was talking about he's working on directing. Um, he was talking about like he was working on movies, things like that, and I was like, yeah, you should do it. You know, by all means, why not? Why not direct movies? So, with that being said, when I met him, he has achieved he achieved a lot, right? He got good movies, and he, you know, maybe has not, he didn't have really the he didn't sell out. Basically, he didn't do what it was needed to do in Hollywood to really become that marquee star that other people have done in Hollywood, you know. Like, he didn't really do that. He decided that he wasn't going to do that, you know. So that's what happened. Now, with that being said, there's something else I want to mention about that, though. He used to be married to a woman named Kamora Lee Simmons, and for those of you guys who don't know, Kamora Lee Simmons, you know, she essentially made her way through Russell Simmons. A lot of you know, she in essence latched on to him. You know, he had a brand which has since like diminished called Fat Farm. He had that brand, and he and he essentially took her on and pretty much gave her baby fat, man. And with that being said, you had a situation where, you know, she in essence just like, you know what I mean, like she just pretty much lashed along, man. And then you have, you know what I mean, you have the situation where you have like a situation where she was just along for the ride, trying to do the bare minimum, you know what I mean? And so they broke up, right? They broke up. The marriage was ended, you know, between Russell Simmons. The 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 the, the marriage, they split apart, right? And so she decided to marry Djimon. Now, the thing is about Djimon, he was the apex male. You know what I mean? Um, Now, they were only together for 5 years, but with they had a kid with one another. Now, the thing is about that is that even when she did a reality show, he really didn't want to be in the camera, although um he was like on the show sometimes, and although he was in Hollywood, he still lived a life outside of Hollywood, you know. um Now, the thing is, he wasn't the type of dude who liked paparazzis. Um, he was the type of dude who didn't really want that kind of exposure outside of outside of the big screen. He fit that mode. You know what I mean? Um, with that being said, right? She was the opposite of that. And the thing is about it is he could have easily, went back to Benin, man, and got himself like a woman who was more on his speed. And the thing is about it is, and I've heard stories from this, um, he was that apex male, you know, definitely for a fact. The problem is that although he wanted to have a reclusive life, she didn't want to have a reclusive life because of the simple fact that you even saw her on, I think she was on different shows and things like that, trying to get in the mix and stuff like that. um but she didn't she didn't want to accept that she didn't want to accept that she was no longer good, like that she was no longer eye candy, yet she still tried to be out there like that. Now, one thing that needs to be said is that she probably set the pace for being in competition with him when he probably didn't want any competition, man. Now, I'm going to end soon. I know this is a long-winded video, but I just had to get these points across, basically. Okay, so you look at you look at the narrative that they push, right? You look at the narrative that the media pushes, and they say that he was intimidated by her that by her career. And how is he intimidated when he had his own career, right? And so you look at it at the fact that he did something that many men shouldn't do. He accepted her as a with already having 2 kids from Russell Simmons. You know, and now you look at the situation. Hold on, let me see. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, so there is a claim there is a claim that now I don't know how true this is, but there is a claim that and it could be a clout chasing claim, but they say that the split from never mind. I'm not gonna even go there. I'm not gonna even never mind. I'm not gonna even go there because I think it's just for clout. I definitely think it's just for clout. But hold on just a minute. And the thing is, they call Kimora Lee Simmons a mogul, you know. And it's like, okay, well, you know, you call her a mogul, man, but she's not really a mogul. Hold on. I'm just looking through some things, and then I'm going to end this video. I've been going on for a while, and I don't expect everybody to sit through it. So, like, I'm going to end it on this note, man. But people said that the reason why they split up is because of money. Um, and the thing is that maybe hold on just a minute. Just give me a second. Okay. I'm going to just end on this. I've been going on for a long time. I need to get better at this. Okay, so now I don't know how true this is, but I did hear that like Kimora Lee Simmons, man, that she I think has people bow down to her, that she expects to be treated in a certain type of way. Um and that she tries to live a lifestyle as these queen boss babe women, right? And the thing is about Djimon Honsu, when I met him, he was chill, quiet, reclusive type dude. You know, had a really stoic exterior, which is the traits of an apex man. You know, so you look at this situation. Um, you look at this. You look at the situation, and the opposite of her, of Kimora Lee Simmons, is like going on. You know, she's a diva. You know, one person said they couldn't believe she got together in the first place. Um, Another thing too is that the publicists try to do damage control, right? And that has since failed. Now, I'm going to just end it like this, basically. But the thing is the thing is that when you look at the situation, like if you're an apex male, and essentially like if a traditional male who exceeds and excels at his given field is going to be apex, then you can't really deal with a Western woman, man. It's just not going to work. Okay, you have to go get a traditional woman. Can't deal with it, you know. I know they talk about power couples and stuff, man, but that shit is like, it's a made up thing, man. Like you have to like leave that shit alone, for real, you know. But with that being said, man, my bad. I went on for a long time, but I had to get that point across that like a woman will hate you even more. Like a Western woman will hate you even more if you excel in your given field, unless that field involves illegal activity. But that's all I got for now, guys. Man, leave your thoughts, leave your comments. Foolish signing out. Unjarama.